What up, family? Busy day. We are about to go to get some work done, and I'm gonna take you guys along for like a little vlog action. I've already hit my workout today, so you're not gonna see me work out, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes of my life, take you guys along, and you know how we do it. We're gonna have some fun, so let's get it!
Hi, sweet Bubba.
Do you guys ever look at your animals and you're just so blown away how cute they are? Like, I can't imagine anything could get any better than this. If you own a dog, you probably know exactly what I'm saying. If you own a cat, you've never felt this emotion before, because cats really aren't that cool. That VIP parking, baby. I only park next to mattresses. You wanna take that home?
Dude, let's put it underneath my car.
All right, we've arrived at the hustle spot. You guys know, you know. Sometimes I like to think about how much has been accomplished at Starbucks all across the country and the world, really. How many hustlers come to these Starbucks and just kill it. It's kind of inspiring. So we're gonna get some grinding done. I'm working on my programs, and it's gonna be sick. Whoa, bro.
My shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Super solid work session. Zach, how much did you get done?
All of it. I got all of it done.
Probably saved the world like
Twice. Not once, just twice.
3 times over again. Actually though, so I always seem to be just giving you guys very short snippets and never really explaining to you exactly what's going on. So what I've been working on for the last like 5 weeks, 6 weeks is a training program that I'm releasing. And it's pretty much how, it's a lot of things involved in it. One, it's kind of an explanation of how I got to where I am, how it's really raised me up in all facets of my life. So there's a little bit of a self-development piece to it, if you will, without being like too Tony Robbins-esque, but it's really explaining to me all the progress it's brought in me and what I think it can bring to anyone else that wants to venture down that path and improve themselves through fitness. And then on top of it, there's obviously the mechanics, right? Sorry guys, my camera wouldn't focus, but essentially, how did I go spending 2 years as a 115-pound ectomorph, getting literally no results in the gym, to all of a sudden in 3 years going from that to a fitness model and building what most people would say is a pretty good physique, and building up incredible strength and athleticism at the same time. And it really comes down to one: progressive overload, daily undulating periodization, and some other topics that we dive into. It's pretty freaking intense, and this is the exact program that I'm running currently. So I don't want to give you guys a sales pitch. I don't really want to go too deep into it right now, but it's something that I'm really excited to release to you guys. And it's kind of like my baby, you know. It's really like the last 5 years of my life have been so elevated through embarking on this journey of fitness and really taking my health seriously, and I want to be able to share that with you guys, and I know it can have a huge impact on your guys' life. And fitness is just an amazing hobby. So anyways guys, I'm gonna keep on rambling if I stay here for too long, so I'm gonna hop in the car and take you guys along for a sick racquetball game.
My shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What's going on, guys? As you saw in the last clip, I played a vicious game of racquetball last night, but I ended up losing. Very close game. It was 21-23, and this seems like it's pretty trivial, right? Just a game of racquetball, but it got me thinking. Got me thinking about a few things. Got me first thinking about, one, the frame that I come from when I have failures in my life, and how that's so different than the frame that I used to come from. You see, I used to come from this mindset of always playing not to lose. I think the most clear example of this in my life was really girls, and that's something that we can all relate to, right? As a guy, girls, they've been on our minds since we were little kids. And it's a very interesting topic, because most guys, including myself at one point, were constantly in this frame of playing not to lose, playing it safe, playing it safe, playing it safe, playing it safe. The idea of getting rejected, of having any level of failure, was way too much for us to even fathom. And so, you know what? We're gonna play it safe. We're gonna see if we'll take anything that comes our way. We won't really go out of our way to pursue or court anyone because, well, what if we got rejected? What if something bad happened? You know what? I'm just gonna wait for it to come my way. And so what happens is when you're thinking about something like girls, which you think about all the time, for most people at least, that same thought process starts carrying over into everything else in your life. You're always playing it safe, never taking any big risks, never taking any big leaps of faith, never standing up for what you believe in and doing what you feel is internally the right thing to do. And so there was a profound shift in my life when I started to reframe how I looked at failures or upsets. And what I typed out, which you guys saw in that last clip, was that every failure in my life is a brick that I add to my castle, right? And so you're changing the frame of a failure being an upset, something that's gonna ruin you and beat you down. You're looking at it from the frame of a failure is something that's gonna actually help excel and build you up. This could not be more true for really anything in life, but especially in women. And what I've learned, to stay with this example, is that when I started playing to win, right? I started going after the girls that I wanted. I started introducing myself to people. I started making friendships and relationships and connections, not because they just haphazardly fell into my life and I took what I could get. I decided to come from a place of abundance and a place of where I was acting from what internally felt right, and I was going after what I wanted. What shifted was that while at first there were definitely some failures, right? There were some upsets, some awkward pauses, but I learned to take those and build myself up with them. I learned to, an example of girls, to figure out how to actually be myself around women, how to actually approach naturally and not come off as being contrived or having some little bit that you're doing when you walk up and have this little canned opener. I learned to be myself, and I learned to get loved and appreciated for just being genuine, for being open and honest. And so by failing a few times, I started to reinforce good behaviors in my life. And the same thing can be said with business, right? I've pretty much been a chronic entrepreneur my whole entire life. Kind of a blessing, kind of a curse, because as an entrepreneur, you're exposed to constant failure from a pretty early age. I mean, I had my first micro business when I was 8 years old, selling candy that I was getting wholesale, and I was selling it at my school for 3 times the price that I was getting it for. And I mean, I didn't fail at that, luckily, but having that kind of mindset, it exposed me to a lot of early onset failure. And what happened is that with each failure, I got a notch better in my next venture. My next venture got a little bit better. My execution was a little bit better. The way I treated my customers was a little bit better. Everything was a little bit better. In most cases, on every single endeavor, I started making a little bit more money than my previous one. So each one got a micro bite more successful as I started climbing this ladder, if you will, or building my castle. I guess that's more in tune with the analogy that I'm using. And the reason was because I was applying what I had learned from that failure, right? The beautiful thing about this is that once you start coming into this frame of playing to win, life becomes a playground. Life becomes what you choose it to be. You get to decide. You're going out there, you see a cute girl, you're making that interaction happen. You're not letting chance play into the cards, so much so that, well, maybe if she walks by me and says hi, then I'll talk to her. You're the same thing with business. You're not so scared to execute on the idea that you've been passionate about since you were a little kid, and to do what you actually feel is right, to do what feels good for yourself. It's the same thing about standing up for yourself in social situations or any kind of relationship or friendship. When you feel like you've been walked on, you have the courage to stand up and do what's right, because you're playing to win. You're not playing to sit in the corner just to avoid the fear of loss, whether that's a loss of a friendship, that's getting insulted, that's a loss of a business, that's a loss of your ego, that's a loss of your finances, whatever it may be. You can apply this to every single scope. This is my PSA, my public service announcement. Get out in life, start building your castle through failing, one brick at a time. Play to win. Don't you dare play to lose. I'll see you guys in the next video.